Always say, guys, the process of relocating abroad is usually not a very difficult process. The thing is that most of us, we do not plan before we move abroad or before we start thinking of relocating to a new country. Now, I always say that do not put your eggs in one basket, which means that do not limit yourself, widen your gap, like try to sit down, put a list of 3 to 4 different countries and say, okay, if this one doesn't pull through, then I'm going to take the other one. In this video, I'm going to be answering those who have been asking me the process of relocating to Malta. Some people call it Malta. Well, I call it Malta. So the process is not difficult. The very first thing, in another video, I'm going to talk about the reasons why you should consider Malta, because now looking at this study abroad stuff, it is getting so hard, it is getting pretty difficult, and a lot of people are facing the problem of choice. The first thing you need to do is to locate the universities. And again, remember, Google should be your main target here. Google should be your friend, because only on Google you are going to know the type of schools, list of schools available in Malta and their requirements. Only using Google, you are going to know the tuition fee for the various programs available. Then from there, you can now make a decision and decide on which particular program you want to study. Please, before I continue, do not apply for a program that does not relate to your past qualification. Remember, in Malta, you can study a diploma, you can study a bachelor's, you can study a master's, and you can equally do PhD. Also understand that only via Google you are going to know the course you want to study, because the list of courses will obviously be from Google, right? When you click the university, you are going to know all these other petty details from the university's website, and this will be from Google. Also, do not forget that I always insist that checking requirements of various universities is going to help you a lot. For example, you cannot be applying to a program that says they require high school mathematics and you didn't even pass mathematics or English. And if they are asking for English, you didn't pass English or maybe physics, then you are applying for that particular program. No, that is not how it is. So Google should be the key point. That's point number one, to locate the university, to check the requirements of the program, to check the course of study you want to study, and of course, to check other details. Then after that, you can then just go straight to the university site and drop your application. But if you are not comfortable, if there is something you doubt, why not reach out to the school? Reach out to the school, tell them that this is what I want to do, and I have this particular problem. Then the school is going to reach out to you within days. They don't take time to reply. I think schools in Malta do not take a lot of time to respond to you. Okay, I'm still going to make more videos on this because it looks like Malta is somehow easy. Not just easy because there is no easy visa, there is no easy relocation package, but looking at Malta, I think there is a guarantee if you put in more time and effort, you can just be relocating to Malta. A lot of people use other relocation pathways, like maybe the remote jobs, which I'm going to do a video on it, and others use the study pathway, but I would say that it's good to use the study pathway since it is the easiest and the most fastest. Okay, because within a month and a half you can move, and within 2 months you can relocate to Malta. Yes, it's possible. In as much as admissions is open and you follow the process keenly, you can always move early enough. Then when you email the schools, they are going to respond to you. But if you think that emailing them does not make any sense since you already have the list of programs and everything you need, launch your application immediately. Then when you apply to the school, it's going to take some time. They will look at your application. If your application is fit for them, if they think that you can actually study with them, why not? They are going to ask you to make payment of your first deposit. Now, I want to draw your attention to the fact that schools in Malta do not ask for small money. Schools in Malta charge from like 5,000 euros to like maybe 9, 10, 11 or even 12,000 euros. And most of the time, it depends now, because when you were checking the schools, you have to equally check the tuition fee. Most of the time when you gain admissions, when they give you admissions, they will ask you to pay 50% of that tuition fee. For example, if your tuition is 8,000 euros, they will be asking you 4,000 euros. But I want to tell you that you shouldn't be scared of schools in Malta, because most of the institutions that I know, if you tell them that you do not have all this money to pay at once before visa application, you want to pay instrumentally, like you want to pay bit by bit by bit, because in Malta they also have instrumental payment. You can pay in 3, 4, or even 5 installments. Yes, they can. If you don't find this on the school website, email the particular program and tell them that you want to pay in installment. You are pleading with them, because this is now you are asking for a favor. You understand? Yes, they can allow you pay in installments. And in this case, tell them that this is how much I have, this is how much I can afford for now, but I promise that when I get to Malta, of course, if it meets their terms and requirements or procedures, they are going to allow you to pay that money. Now, when you pay the money, what you need to do again is they will now give you the details. Remember, after you pay the money, the school is now going to collect your details. They are going to ask for some of your details. You give them. They will now be the ones to reach out to what we call Indentity Malta. It is Indentity Malta that is going to process everything, including your visa. Your school is only in charge of collecting all the information from you and sending to Indentity Malta. In some countries, there are embassies. In other countries, there are no embassies. In Cameroon, there is an embassy, but I doubt if it actually functions. But again, Cameroonians, you can reach out to them. For Nigerians, they do not have an embassy. But if you are to process, inform your school, okay? Let your school be aware that you do not know the process for visa application. What do you need to do and where do you need to go? Your school should know this. They are going to give you all the details. Now, a school like GBS Malta, they will ask you, like, if you even email them today or if you apply to them. Remember, I don't have any affiliations with any of this school. I'm just here sharing information to guide international students, to guide you watching me, and equally to share my knowledge and experiences. I don't have any partnership with any school in Malta. So if you apply to a school like GBS Malta, all right, Global Business School in Malta, it takes maybe 1 week, 2 weeks maximum. They are going to ask you to submit some documents, and after that, your information will be out and they will ask you to pay your fees. Their tuition fee is usually around 7,000 euros. And in this case, they will be asking you to pay 50%. 50% of 7,000 euros should be around 3,500, right? And when you pay this 3,500 now, they will now be in charge of your visa application. They will now transfer your details to Indentity Malta. And before you are sending those details to them, they will also ask you to pay 160, I think it's 100, is it euros or pounds? I will verify again. They will ask you to pay 160, I think it's euro or pounds for visa application. Other schools will ask for 300 euros, okay, but Global Business School will ask you for 160 pounds. Then when you submit all these things, Indentity Malta will ask you to submit a list of some documents. Now, the documents you are going to submit to Indentity Malta are the documents that they will use to give you your visa or your sticker or pass to immigrate to Malta. So this is how the process works. And like I said, you are going to pay a fee to Indentity Malta. The fee is not, well, you might pay it to your school. Your school might ask Indentity Malta to collect from you. So it depends, but most of the time, most schools in Malta will ask for the fee themselves. So you are not the one to pay, okay? Then when you pay this fee, they will now process your visa. They will send everything to your information. That's why they ask you to send your details to them, all right? The details they will ask from you, some include like the Schengen visa application form. They will send it to you. Then when you fill the details, you send back to them. Then they will forward now to Indentity Malta. I'm talking your school. Then in this case, you might be filling the Schengen visa application form. Give them your passport details. Remember, in some situations, you are going to scan the entire pages of your international passport. You are not scanning just the passport data page. I think there is another country where you have to scan everything as well. I think that should be Norway. Okay, you are scanning every page in your international passport. Then you attach your school documents. Then that is it, and some other documents. Remember, accommodation is also important. They might ask you for that, but in this case, you need just maybe a temporary accommodation. Visa interview. Is it for everybody? Not everybody goes through the process of a visa interview, but some people and some other cases are not the same. Some people would go for interview and Indentity Malta will ask them a couple of questions. It has to be on a conference call or maybe a Zoom call or whatever, but it must be a call, all right? So don't be too worked up on the Malta visa application. It's not that complicated. Most visas like the German visa, Polish visas, and most Lithuanian visas, they are complicated more than the Malta visa. You just need to have money, the key point here. So after that, everything being equal, your visa is granted, then now you book your flight. Remember, if you do not book your flight early, like give the date you want to travel far before you book your flight, because if you book the flight closer to when your visa was granted, like if you book the flight closer to the date you want to travel, it's going to be very expensive. Of course, a lot of people don't know this, but when you book flights closer to when you want to travel, it will be expensive. But if you give like a month or more before you book the flight to the date of your travel, like give them like a month to the date of your travel, it will be very cheap. Yeah, very cheap. Even if it's not cheap, there should be a discount for you. So this is the update and the process of relocating to Malta as an international. This should be the cheapest and easiest, guys. Yeah, schools in Malta may not be quite affordable, but trust me, if you look very well, take a look at them, then comparing them to UK, US, and other countries, it's expensive. If Malta is a desired destination, why not apply immediately and do not put your eggs in one basket, like I always say this, all right? If this video was helpful, please do not forget to like the video. So guys, I posted this today on my other Facebook page, the one with Milton Fonkwa, and a lot of people are claiming that some of these countries are not affordable. Look, nobody should fool you. Now let me tell you the countries that I posted on this page, and these people were saying they were I equally said countries in Europe you can travel with cheap budget and that are also good for studies and hustling. Of course, if you are just starting, you can quickly or you can easily move to these countries. The reason is because the proof of funds is not that heavy and the method of proof of funds is not heavy. If you don't have 12,000 euros to put on for maybe Austria, what are you going to do? If you don't have a block account for like maybe 7 million, what are you going to do? So the countries were Malta, Romania, Bulgaria, Poland, Czech Republic, and Estonia, Portugal, Greece, Latvia, Slovakia, Iceland, Slovenia, Croatia. Yes, these are the countries that I actually put there. So they were actually complaining. A lot of people were saying that they are not affordable. When I say affordable, means that the method of proof of funds you are going to use, because it's not all about getting admissions into European countries. It is about, can you actually have the required documents to pull through? For example, if you apply to a school in, somebody said Estonia is not that affordable. I know. If you cannot take any of the countries, which one are you going to take? Iceland is affordable, okay? Poland is affordable, but can you get a visa quickly for Poland? The answer is no, if you are from West Africa or Central Africa. Now, Malta is also affordable somehow because tuition fee per year in some colleges in Malta, they will be charging you like 9,000 euros. But now the advantage is that you pay half. Then other countries like Czech Republic is one of the cheapest. How much do you need? For 3.6 million, 4 million, you are good to go. Then a country like probably Croatia, maybe with 4 million, you are good to go. But other countries will require you to have a lot of money in your bank account. For example, Norway, Germany, Switzerland, all these countries, they are expensive. So if you do not have a lot of money, you can try to begin from these places, all right? You start from here, then you push through. But if you think that you can save and then maybe just go directly to where you want to go, because at the end of the day, you still need to be legal in any of these countries before you can move to your desired country. And moving sometimes is a lot of money, and before you know, you have spent too much money. So if you think that you can persevere, save more, then you move to your desired country, that is the best option. I hope you understand. But if you're looking at cheap budget, try to consider all these countries I list here. I hope you understand.